Jerusalem is referred to in Arabic as Al-Quds, the sacred area, the sacred land, or the Holy Land. Jerusalem has become holy for the Muslims because of the historical significance that it has had and the impact it has had on the lives of the Muslims.
Sometimes when I was walking in the streets of Jerusalem, there was something which is beyond. I don't know if it's the special stones of Jerusalem, but it's not a human city. It's not a completely human city. It's different. There are different voices, different winds, different smells. And there's something special about the stones there. They talk.
The Holy City also has the sense of being an ongoing task. We need to keep making it holy. We need to keep making sure that justice and righteousness are present there. And so you can look at it as a holy city because holy things happen there to Jesus or to Muhammad or to the people of God. The temple held sway there for many, many centuries. Or you can see holiness as being something that's an ongoing project.
Jerusalem is a city of pilgrims. Everywhere you look, there are buses crowded with people traveling through the city. As you walk the streets, you hear French, Italian, Spanish, Polish, Hebrew, Arabic, and English. As we approach the year 2000, millions more pilgrims and tourists are expected in this city. But what's so special about Jerusalem? What draws people here from all over the world? And why has it been an important city, a holy city, for thousands of years?
Always make a point of taking first-timers last to Jerusalem as a kind of climax. And Jerusalem often brings it all together. It has a kind of charm and a magic. It also has, of course, enormous beauty. I love just going by bus in Jerusalem, and wherever you look, it's something exciting and beautiful. So it has that power over many Jews.
You can also travel and walk in the city right up into the Holy Sepulchre, which is where Jesus is crucified and then put into a tomb. A very authentic place, historically and archaeologically. Just a little ways away, you will come to Mount Zion, the place of the Cenacle, the Last Supper, David's tomb. Peter and Gallicanto, where Peter follows Jesus after Jesus is arrested.
I'm in the holy place where people are anxious just to reach, and I'm staying daily. It's a part of the faith. And besides, when I know the holiness of the place, it makes some reflection in my heart, which I can't even by words make the description of it. I feel very close to a place where millions or hundreds, thousands of millions wish to see it once, and I'm staying and working in it daily. That is a great benefit from God.
How did one city become so important to so many different people? Why is it that Jews, Christians, and Muslims all call Jerusalem a holy city? "1,000 years before the start of the Common Era, Jerusalem was a small town under Jebusite control. King David, the first great Jewish king, captured the city and made it his capital. The city was strategically located between the northern and southern tribes of Israel. Under opposition, David moved the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem, consolidating political and religious authority around him. His son Solomon enlarged the kingdom and built a magnificent temple to house the Ark, which helped sustain Jerusalem as both a capital of empire and a center of religious devotion. Over the next several centuries, the kingdom's political fortunes declined. The empire was divided, and the Babylonians, Persians, Greeks, and Romans each took a turn as its conqueror. But it was not until 2 rebellions against the Romans failed that Jewish Jerusalem was completely destroyed. After the second revolt ended in 135 CE, Jews were expelled and dispersed across the Roman Empire. In the time of Constantine in the early 4th century, Christianity became the religion of the empire. Shrines were built to commemorate events surrounding the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. The construction of these shrines awakened a religious interest in Jerusalem among Christians. For centuries, pilgrims and monks traveled to the city, building churches and monasteries. Very early in this period, the Armenian Christian community was established in Jerusalem. This resilient group survived throughout the turbulent centuries which followed and remains in the city today. In 638 CE, Jerusalem surrendered to Omar, the second caliph and leader of a rapidly expanding Muslim empire. Jewish and Christian places of worship were preserved and respected, and beautiful Muslim mosques were constructed. Jerusalem became a city of pilgrimage for Muslims. The Dome of the Rock, undoubtedly the most beautiful building in Jerusalem today, was completed in 691 CE. It was built on the Temple Mount, where the 2 great Jewish temples had once stood. Muslims refer to it as the Haram esh-Sharif, the noble sanctuary. At the end of the 11th century, Christian crusades began their efforts to recapture Jerusalem. In 1099, the city was captured in a bloody battle. Jews and Muslims living there were massacred. The indiscriminate violence of the Crusaders toward non-Christians in the Holy Land left a legacy of suspicion, fear, and distrust among the 3 religions. Less than 100 years later, Jerusalem was retaken by the Muslims. In 1538, Suleiman the Magnificent, the Muslim Sultan of Constantinople, rebuilt the walls of Jerusalem. These beautiful walls and gates remain standing today and enclosed what is called the Old City of Jerusalem. It is in the Old City that one finds the holiest sites in Judaism and Christianity, and the 3rd holiest site in Islam. Due to the city's long and complex history, each of the 3 religious groups has had control of these sites at different times. This unique combination of holy places in such a compact area gives Jerusalem its special status and makes it suitably called the Holy City.